Happy Tuesday, parents. Quick show of hands. How many of you are stressed and a bit anxious about all the things that are happening in our world right now? I know I am. It's been a lot to handle, even though my family and I have stayed healthy thus far. We have had to experience a lot of stress and a lot of changes and a lot of instability because of the virus. School has changed immensely, and we've had to be really flexible and make a lot of fast decisions and plans and deal with a lot of unknowns. Our travel plans have completely changed. We had planned to go to Minnesota to not only recruit new teachers for next fall, but also to visit our families. And then to top it all off, the 2 races that I had been training for and planning on have been postponed. And all of those things are really stressful. And they make me very, very frustrated. And then I realized that this virus and all of its effects are actually no different than the other things that stress us out in our lives. That some of the things that go on, we have zero control over. But at the end of the day, we always have control over 2 things: our attitudes and our actions. And when I remember this, it makes me feel a little bit better. Because no, I do not have control over a lot of things that are happening around coronavirus. But I always have control over my attitude and my actions. So I changed my attitude. Instead of being frustrated and panicked and stressed, especially about my races, I decided to think about it in a positive way. That I can continue my training as normal. The sun has been shining, the weather has been beautiful, and it's still fun to go out and do training runs. And I can do it in a more fun way because I don't have to hit a certain pace or a certain distance because I don't have that race stressing me out. And I can also control my actions. And instead of sitting around waiting for a race that may or may not happen this spring or this summer or later in the fall, I've made my own. Together with some of our wonderfully supportive parents in the PTA, we are going to be having a virtual race. And this race will help us raise money for the fight against coronavirus, which is super exciting. That we can take a really negative and stressful and not ideal situation and turn it into something positive. So think about that, parents. That you probably feel similar to me, that you have no control over a lot of the things that are happening. And it's true. But you have control of your actions and your attitude. And the same goes for our children. We need to instill that in our children because they too will encounter something now and later on in which they have no control. And at the end of the day, they too can control their attitude and their actions and make something positive out of something negative. So keep your attitudes and actions positive. And again, thanks for all your support during this really stressful and difficult time. It's great to be on the same team. Have a great week.